Party people, it is Monday night. Jeez, I don't even know what fucking time zone I'm in anymore. It is Monday night,
Monday Night Raw?
What?
I'm sorry.
I'm not Brian, don't worry. I'm not a faggot. I'm sorry, YouTube. Please don't remove my channel. I'm sorry. I mean, if you didn't remove his channel, you're not removing mine. But it is Monday night. Today was a very good Monday, if you could say that. And you can tell Eric is running a marathon in New York City, clearly.
I'm playing Fortnite.
He is a clown. I am streaming Spider-Man for obvious reasons, because today was a very glorious day. We have officially gotten our second trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home, even though, you know, you have these clowns that are calling it Far Away From Home. Like, I don't know where away is from, but, you know, if you want to call it like that, first of all, you have reading issues, and second of all,
I mean, he does live in Brooklyn, and, like, you know, he is in Europe, you know, that's kind of far.
Nah, screw this, I don't want to do this. So yeah, today was a very good day. By the way, we're gonna be talking Endgame also, because if you didn't see the trailer, and if you haven't, first of all, if you haven't seen Endgame, it's been 2 weeks. I don't know what you're doing with your life, you know.
Oh, now it makes sense when the Russo brothers said that if you haven't seen Endgame by Monday, that.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say that. I told my friend Miguel the same shit. But yeah, if you haven't seen Endgame, full spoiler warning ahead. But then again, you know what? I don't know what you've been doing if you have not seen Endgame by this time.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen Wonder Woman.
Okay, but number one, do I look like a feminist that's gonna jump down your throat? No. And number two, Endgame is more important. Yeah. Okay. Please. That's another video.
I can't believe I'm gonna die this time. This is insane.
Cause you're a bum. You're a bum. Okay. So let's go. So first of all, I love Marvel so much. Even though if you've seen the TV spots for Endgame, you're screwed, because they spoiled everything in those TV spots. The only thing that they did not show was Captain America wielding Mjolnir. I shit you not. Everything else they've showed. They showed Thor wielding Stormbreaker and Mjolnir at the same time. They showed Rescue. Yes, Rescue, not Pepper Potts, clowns.
Bro, what are you talking about, bro? That's Pepper Potts, bro. Chill, bro. Come on now, man.
No, well, apparently to some, cough, cough, Brian, that was an Easter egg.
That her name is Rescue?
No, that it was Pepper Potts in the suit.
Did nobody know that? Was it not obvious?
Well, he's an idiot, so.
Okay, so if you didn't know that Pepper was in the suit, just like go back, rewatch the movie, and go to the part where Tony literally said, "I made that for your mom."
He's an idiot.
I mean,
he's brain damaged. He's an idiot. You know what? We're gonna stop talking about him, because we don't want to be mean to a Make-A-Wish kid. I'm sorry, that joke is so funny. Bro, alright, we gotta stop talking about this clown. I want to talk about Spider-Man. So, they gave you a full spoiler warning, which I give them respect for it, and it's cool to see Tom Holland, because that's my son. Best Spider-Man.
It's ironic that he gave the spoiler warning.
So, the trailer starts with him mourning the death of Iron Man, and I was like, oh okay, just right out the gate. Yep, this is Endgame spoilers. So that's how the trailer starts, and I like how they took this. Because from what I've been hearing, this movie's gonna take place minutes after Endgame, which that is the road you would take for Spider-Man. You would make it, you know. Oh, excuse me. You would make him mourn the death of Iron Man, because that was his mentor, you know? And basically he wants the world to have another Iron Man, which If we're gonna be realistic,
Not
you're not
him.
gonna.
They want
No,
the
I
world to have
know.
another Iron Man.
No, he does want the world. He says it
I
in the
mean, him
trailer.
too, but yeah, the Fury says it. What's his name says it? Happy.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants, he wants the world to have basically that hope. It's kind of like, I can't believe I'm gonna use this as a positive. The story arc in Justice League where Batman wanted the world to have Superman because he was a beacon of hope. That's basically where they're going with this. Only, I'm pretty sure it'll result in a much better result, unlike Justice League. But yeah, so this trailer basically it's showing how Peter's been, I don't want to say recovering, but he's like just kind of trying to move on. He's trying to live a normal life right now. So they're going to Europe. I think that's where they're going, Europe. And there's a great joke where, well, it's not a joke. It's a moment where Nick Fury's trying to contact Spider-Man, and Happy tells him to answer the phone, and he sends him the voicemail, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. And basically, the world is fucked. The world is beyond fucked. When Thanos snapped in Infinity War, not Endgame, in Infinity War, he basically messed up the world. Basically, he created like what is it? A hole in their dimension.
A hole in there, yeah.
And basically,
we don't know if it's from that specific snap. It could be from any of the snaps.
No, he said Thanos.
Spoiler alert.
He said Thanos.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know why you gave off a spoiler warning if I gave off like 5.
A visual representation of that, like an actual hole.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. In the beginning of the movie, kind of like how they showed how vibranium came to Wakanda with those like, because that was really cool. I love that in the beginning of Black Panther. I love how they showed that, how Wakanda became with the 7 tribes. Yes, I finally memorized that Black Panther has 7 tribes, even though I've only seen the movie twice, which is beyond me. So this is where everybody and their mother was like, holy shit, they're gonna do something crazy with the MCU. Nick Fury, or Spider-Man, and kind of Mysterio confirms there is a multiverse. There is a multiverse in the MCU, ladies and gentlemen, which, if you're not keen on comics, you have no idea what that means. But if you know, that is a huge deal. If you've seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that's basically what it would be like.
Yeah, and it's like, they can do a lot, because from what we know so far, in regards to comics, is there's infinite universes. It's not like DC where, the New 52, they only have 52 universes, right? But Marvel, they can do anything. That can be their way to introduce X-Men and Fantastic Four and all of that, because Disney just brought Fox. But they can do so much. Deadpool.
Oh my god, they need to do a Deadpool Spider-Man movie. They have to. That's gonna be awesome.
Hilarious.
Especially with Tom Holland. But this is huge. When I heard that, this is exactly, we talked about this on the first episode. This is exactly what I wanted for the MCU after Endgame. I wanted the MCU to be really messed up, and we're not necessarily getting it, but
we're seeing that. We're seeing little after effects of the decimation, because a hole in the universe like that's, it might be one thing, but that's a big thing.
And I heard somebody was theorizing. They said, what if the suit that looks like the Noir suit, what if that's not Peter Parker? What if that's somebody else, or another Peter Parker?
Nah, I think it's just Peter in this other suit, if I'm being honest.
I do too, but it could be.
I think it's a little too much reaching to say that we can have noir Spider-Man in this movie. I mean, it's too early. They just talk about the multiverse and then throw in another Spider-Man. I feel like it's throwing too much at you right now.
Yeah, but it would. Well, what if we got something like on the Flash where there's two versions of people? Because this is what somebody said. Somebody said that there was another version of Mysterio on this Earth, and the Mysterio that's with Spider-Man now killed that one. And now he's kind of, you know, pretending, basically. That's a pretty big thing. It's a cool thing. It's not totally out of the water.
I mean, it would be cool, yeah, but I feel like they should save that for like another, like the next movie, or you know, like they shouldn't rush things like, you know, DC does. They should build up, you know, because you rush things and it fails.
Again, DC. Well, no, they're on track now, but and you know, we also get Mysterio, which I just mentioned. He's from another Earth, which I don't know if it's gonna mean the same thing in Marvel, but if you've seen The Flash, you know that there's multiple versions of different people on each Earth, which means that quite possibly on another Earth there's an evil version of Spider-Man or evil version of Captain America. Something, you get what I'm trying to say. So this movie, I feel like it's gonna be more important than people think. You know, the people think, oh, you know, well, it's the movie after Endgame and it's Spider-Man, so, you know, it's gonna be chill vibes, but I don't think so. I think this movie is gonna be more important than people think. Which is, I'm glad, you know, because Spider-Man Homecoming was a great movie, but it didn't really do anything for the MCU. All it did was really establish Spider-Man more than he was, which, again, it was great. But it didn't really have any effects on the MCU. Which, again, I'm not complaining about, but you get what I'm trying to say. And
Spider-Man Homecoming was like an introduction movie to the character.
It's what Black Panther was.
Not really do a lot is, I have no problem with that. It was perfectly fine. I love the movie. It's a great movie.
So then basically after we get that exposition that there's a multiverse, the rest of the trailer is basically just action. And Nick Fury telling him that, you know, the world does not have Iron Man anymore and you have to step up. And so...
The last like 20 seconds of the trailer was just straight goosebumps for me, bro.
The action in this movie looks absolutely amazing.
When he's in the, I'm gonna just call it the stealth suit. When he's in the stealth suit and he did the flip over the lava monster, I was like, oh yes,
God.
sir.
The CGI and the elementals looks really cool. Like, it looks really cool. Sandman looks awesome. I think that's Sandman. I'm pretty sure it's Sandman. Hydro Man looks really cool. I forgot the name of the Magma one. I'm just gonna call him Magma Man, which I'm probably wrong, because, you know, I'm a grade A clown. But all the elementals look excellent. The action with Mysterio looks amazing. Like, really cool.
His costume alone.
His costume.
Fire.
That, bro, if you look up comic accurate in the dictionary, you will get 3 images: Iron Man, Mysterio, and probably Thanos. Although Thanos looks goofy, but they still got it perfect.
You think he looks goofy?
In the comics. In the comics, he looks goofy. No, of course in the movies he looks great. What? He looks badass with that armor. You kidding me?
He was just sitting there waiting for him.
Bro, that line, I don't know, man. He followed with 2 of the greatest lines in a Marvel movie. He said, she goes, oh, what are you gonna do? And he goes, I'm just gonna wait. I was like, oh my god. And then when he goes,
he really waited.
Bro, and then he was like, you couldn't live with your own failures. And where did that bring you? Back to me. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, he's so nice, bro. like probably one of the best
No, he
villains
is
in a
the
movie.
best. You're never gonna get ever better than him. That was just amazing.
Bro, oh my gosh. Isn't
Um,
there now that they've introduced the multiverse, I'm sure there's a comic line where they do something with that. I'm just
oh,
forgot.
this is what I wanted to say. So apparently, people were theorizing that if what they're saying is what I said is true, would be being different versions of people, that they're gonna bring back Iron Man and Black Widow. I do not want
Mm-mm.
that
Oh,
at
well, I
all.
actually read a theory about Black Widow and how they could bring her back. So the theory was, so you know how you trade a soul for a soul, right?
Yeah.
So Black Widow's soul was traded for the stone, but Steve took the stone back from where it came from. So what if he traded the stone for Black Widow's soul?
That's
Ah,
stupid.
you see? I mean, it makes sense
The
because
theory
what?
isn't
He's just gonna
stupid,
get the
but
soul stone back.
I don't want these people to come back, and it's not because I don't want them back. It's because their deaths wouldn't mean anything.
Yeah. With Gamora, like, I wouldn't mind her not coming back because they did it
I
to us.
really
They
would
lost
not.
Gamora and now they have Thor.
No, that's gonna be the whole plot of Guardians 3, which to me makes no sense, because the only way to get her back is if you go into time travel, because,
Yeah, it's Guardian
you
of the Galaxy.
know, because to me that makes no sense unless Black Widow giving her life would change Gamora dying. Which
Oh no, man.
that's the only way Guardians of the Galaxy 3's plot would make sense.
They might take a completely different route. They might just forget about her.
No,
I mean,
that's gonna be the plot. It's the only possible plot I can think of. You know,
I want to see Skinny Thor again.
I could care less. No, he's gonna stay fat for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Not that him being fat is a problem, you know, because like power to the fat people, you feel me?
Cause somebody made a great statement. They were like, "Oh, I'm glad Thor never got skinny again, because it shows that you don't need to be skinny and have like 6-packs to be a superhero." I was like, "You're right."
That's a fact. I always wanted to be a superhero, but I couldn't because I was fat. But look, Thor's fat now. And he's like one of the strongest Avengers.
I was like, that means a lot. You know,
Do you
Spider-Man.
think he's the strongest Avenger?
I don't know. That had me dying though when he said that Avenger. She was like, "I'm the strongest Avenger."
Now when he's in Ragnarok, when he's putting in the password, he's like strongest Avenger. I was crying, bro. Oh.
Point Break. Access granted. Nah, I like how, you know, they had Spider-Man, you know, I mean, he was all over here about Tony like this.
Oh.
Yes, I know that joke makes no sense in the context of the song, but it's still funny. I'm an idiot. I swear to God, I'm an idiot. Yeah, Spider-Man looks awesome, man. You know, I have complete faith. I think it's the same director from Homecoming, which, yeah, I have no problems with that, because he did a great job with Homecoming. Tom Holland looks great as usual. Spider-Man's gonna be awesome, and the future of the MCU.
Spider-Man.
That's another thing. I really don't like
It
that
was so
they gave.
random when he was like, I am Spider-Man? What? No, it's obvious.
That was funny.
What?
That was funny. I legit, I was like, oh my God.
I mean, honestly, if you're Peter's friend, you don't realize that when Spider-Man appears, he goes missing. I mean, come on now. You just think he's hiding there?
I mean, he could. Hey, Peter, where'd you go? Oh, somewhere else. Why? It sound like you.
I was scared, you know, I saw some enemy, you know. God, your fuzzy feelings.
I really want to talk about the future of the MCU. The future of the MCU is extremely unpredictable because they teased to my knowledge, four movies after Endgame. They teased Guardians 3, which we just talked about. They teased a Black Widow movie. They teased Spider-Man, and they kind of okay, this fourth one wasn't really a movie. They teased the TV shows because they had Hawkeye, go back home, which I guess he's gonna be with Kate Bishop or his daughter, clowns, if you don't know. And what else?
Yes, and he gave her the code name Hawkeye.
He did? What are you talking about?
In the movie, he called her Hawkeye, and Hawkeye's never been used for him, except for I forgot what movie it was in, but they're talking about him, and they were like the Hawk, but they don't say Hawkeye.
Avengers. The first Avengers.
I'm not gonna lie, after seeing him as Ronin, I kinda like Hawkeye now.
You just now like Hawkeye?
Yeah. I don't know, I felt like he was just like an character, and
if after Civil War you didn't like him, I don't know what to tell you. He was awesome in Civil War. And Age of Ultron. I just rewatched Age of Ultron not recently. Right before I saw Endgame. He was awesome in Age of Ultron. But they teased the Loki TV show. They teased that with Loki escaping with the Tesseract, which I feel like they should have explained that a little bit.
Yeah, that was kind of like he just grabbed it and did it.
Like, you mean to tell me that didn't mess up the future at all?
You mean to tell me nobody saw him?
No, that's not my point I'm trying to make, you idiot. Nobody could have saw him, but that's not the point. The point is they should have still addressed it.
I'm sure, what did he do with it? Like, we have to see what he did. He probably did something really bad. But then again, maybe Thor, pulled up and, stopped him,
I would hope so.
I would assume so.
I don't know how they're gonna do a Scarlet Witch and Wanda. Scarlet Witch and Wanda, really? I'm an idiot. Scarlet Witch and Vision TV show.
Because, my neck's kind of dead. And
which,
by kinda, I mean,
if we're really gonna talk about it, I really do not want a TV show with these two. I love Scarlet Witch. I really do not like Vision that much.
Dude. Give me a second. You can keep talking to them.
Yeah, I really do not like these two at all. And I just contradicted myself. I love Scarlet Witch, but I do not like Vision that much. And I haven't really loved their relationship, like in Infinity War when she killed him. I did love that. That was awesome how she had to sacrifice him for the stone, because it showed, the world was at stake and you gotta do what you gotta do, and I love that. But I just don't buy into their relationship, and I heard that somehow this series is gonna take place in the 60s, which doesn't make sense because when you really think about it, Wanda's 15 or something. Well, I don't know if she is 15, but I don't know. She looks 15. Kind of. I don't know, I'm an idiot. And they also teased kind of Falcon and Winter Soldier, which, again, we don't really need these TV shows. Do we really need a Loki TV show? Do we really need a Hawkeye TV show? We can't have Hawkeye get his own movie and have Hawkeye be with Kate Bishop training her. I would be down for that. Loki, at this point, Loki's been shoved down our throats so much that I'm sick of him. He was in what? Let's see. He was in Thor 1, Avengers, Thor: The Dark World. Then he was in Ragnarok. Then he was in Infinity War, and then he was in Endgame. That's 6 movies. Like, and mind you, more than half of those were in a row. Like, I think we've seen enough of him. He's done everything that we've asked of him. You know, I think he's done with the MCU. He should be done with the MCU. He should move on. I don't know. That's just me. I just think that they're kind of being lazy with this. Instead of making TV shows, instead of making movies out of these, which could be really cool ideas, especially Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, you're gonna have the new Captain America, because Falcon is technically Captain America. You're gonna have the new Captain America. Like, why wouldn't you have him be with Bucky, which is technically one of his best friends right now? Have him be, like, have them, like, as the duo. Like, that'd be really cool. Oh my god. And Black Widow is another thing. Black Widow, I said it. I had a feeling she was gonna die, which was an awesome moment. Not okay, that doesn't make it sound too good. It was a great sacrifice. I'm an idiot. It was a great sacrifice, and I feel like I knew it. When I said that if she died, they were gonna make it a prequel, which I'm still convinced they're gonna make it a prequel. I've been saying that if they make it a prequel, that it should have Hawkeye in it, it should have Nick Fury in it, and it should explain what we were teased by in Age of Ultron and what we were teased by in Endgame when Red Skull was talking about her parents. I don't know what's gonna happen with Fantastic Four and X-Men. I don't know if they're gonna announce any of that, because Spider-Man Far From Home comes out July 2nd, I believe, and Comic-Con is July 18th? No, not July 18th. I know it's towards the end of the month. So if they do not announce something at Comic-Con, 99% sure. I'm 99% sure that they will release something at D23. They absolutely have to, because that's the only thing I could see. Eric, it'd be really nice if you could come back. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about this. You know, the MCU is really changing. We talked about this on our first episode. We said that, you know, we really wanted the MCU to get messed up, and that's what it's looking like right now. Eric. Alright, well, I think he died. Rest in peace. I don't think we have anything else to talk about. I don't, most certainly. So I think that's gonna do it. We're not gonna go into anything crazy, because there's really nothing else to talk about. Because I already talked about Endgame in full, beyond detail. That's also on the channel. So that's gonna wrap it up. I would have Eric say bye to you, but I think he died. So yeah, that's gonna do it. I don't know when we're gonna stream again. We'll figure it out. Probably when something huge comes out. We'll let you know. Till then, adios.